I'm Ryan Benson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
I'm Dylan Bowden.
We're the Pop Cultures, and this is our review of For Honor. Thanks to our good friends at Ubisoft. We spent a little bit of time with this game.
How are you? How are you feeling after getting the shit kicked out of you?
Yeah, it was pretty sore. Yeah. Hence why I don't have the helmet on.
That was a fun video.
That was good. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. But this is the meat of it. This is what you came here to see, maybe.
No, I think most of the front part.
Probably the front part, yeah.
Anyway, tell us a bit about For Honor, Josh.
For Honor is the latest game from Ubisoft. It is multiplayer-centric with a single player. Vikings, Knights and Samurais want to kill each other. That's the nitty-gritty of it.
Pretty much.
That's it. That's pretty much the description you get.
Now, Dylan, what do you think?
I'm playing.
Wait. Because you don't have a PlayStation.
I'm PlayStation.
So you're just going to pose there for a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. What do you think?
If For Honor showed me one thing, it's how I've changed as a gamer. You know, 3 or 4 years ago, I would have played this game for as much as I'm playing Skyrim at the moment. It's 10 hours a day. It's tight. It looks good. It is fun. But to sum everything, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
That probably shouldn't have said at the end of the video, though.
That's fine. Well, I'm certainly agree with you in that way. Like, some of the best ways to put it, like, now, these words are sort of an amalgamation of a bunch of other things. Because, like, I couldn't quite articulate what I wanted to say about For Honor. I just couldn't find the right words. Because it was a weird emotion to me. It was like, I'm enjoying it, but I'm not. And I don't know why. But I don't know what I am enjoying with it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. So essentially, For Honor is just a giant faction war between the Vikings, Samurais, and the Knights. In multiplayer, this is split over 10 weeks. 10 weeks is a season in terms of territory control.
So that is the world map, and you've got to like...
The world map, and your faction, your chosen faction, you've got to try to take over as much of the map as you can before the season's up. And then you get cosmetic gear-based rewards based on how well your faction has done. In that 10 weeks, every 6 weeks there are rounds, and every 2 weeks there's territory wars. Yep. No, every 6 hours it's territory wars. Yep. Okay. So after rounds and seasons, you get cosmetic gear based on how your faction's doing.
So that's all multiplayer focused stuff. Let's get the single player stuff
Single player is essentially...
Dylan, if you have any questions, be sure to jump in.
What are you talking about, weeks? Actual weeks?
Actual real-time weeks.
10 weeks.
10 weeks is a season. And
Who's
after
playing
that...
it for 10 weeks?
A lot of people, hopefully.
Well, no one. It's been out a week and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so 10 weeks.
Can I ask some questions?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So... what are the controls like? Is it hack and slash? Is it
So it has this.
RTS?
It has this new thing called Art of War. Is that what it's called?
Ubisoft have dubbed it the Art of Battle.
Art of Battle. So it's essentially you have 3 poses, or 3 strikes.
Stances?
Yeah, left, right, and up. So the whole idea.
Well choreographed.
So the whole idea is you match what the other person's doing. You can kind of roughly gauge where they're at.
Yeah.
So if they're up, you go up and you block them. Or
Is that just like with what buttons? Like X?
that's with it's all with the joystick.
Your right analog stick
So
changes your stance.
And there's like if you're sword fighting with someone,
Yeah.
you go up to block.
Yeah.
Right.
So
No,
it's
no,
so
no,
it's
you
all
fight
so it's
in a
all
stance.
so it's all pretty much in terms of you got your right, your left, and your up,
You
right?
fight in a stance, you can see your opponent's stance. So if they're in the up stance, their light and heavy attacks will be from higher up. So
Okay.
if you're in the up stance, you can block those attacks. But if you're in the left stance
Yeah.
and they're attacking in the up stance, you're going to get the shit kicked out.
Yeah.
So you got to match their stance.
Yeah, so but
match
that's
their
just
stance.
so
Or counter their
in
stance.
terms of the defense that will count, that will block it, and then using the right triggers, whether it be the R1 for light attacks, R2 for heavy attacks, then you deal whatever,
And
then you can parry as well if you time it
for
and stuff.
versus, or is it just an ongoing battle around you?
It's an ongoing battle around you. There's five battle modes. There's essentially domination from Call of Duty. They call it Dominion, where you capture one of 3 points.
So it's 4-on-4 players with a bunch of AI and NPCs.
Okay.
Yeah, a
Right.
lot of AI.
Yep. So that's mobile.
So that they have little grunts. So like as you're running into battle, there's a bunch of little grunts you can take out and get extra points to add to the total team. And then you find another player, you take them out. Whatever.
So there's Dominion, there's Team Deathmatch, 4v4,
Yep.
there's 4v4 Elimination,
Yep.
there's 2v2 Brawls, and 1v1 Duels.
Okay.
And the duels are just set kind of on a
Like a
little
little
set piece, like on a
bridge.
bridge
And it's just exactly that one-on-one.
one
nobody else
to the
at all.
death. Yeah.
See, this is where it gets interesting. We were going to jump into the single player, but we'll go to the multiplayer instead. So this is where it gets interesting because the way the battle system works is every time you face a different person, it is 100% unique. Because like it's normally 5 rounds. Yeah. So when you see that first person, this is where you size up each other essentially. So if he rushes at you, you know when round 2 comes, you're going to get defensive straight away, or vice versa. So like there's a weird little.
Get a bit choked up.
That was a little hiccup. Just kind of came up as I was talking.
Yeah.
So yes, that's a good way. It's a good bit of fun, especially if you wanted to make it sort of a competitive sort of game, which would be lovely. But I found out as well it's actually peer-to-peer servers, not dedicated servers, so it makes it a little bit difficult for competitive play.
Can you play night to night?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool. So doing 1v1 tournaments is a good way to get yourself ready for actually doing the 4v4 battles, because what I found during playing multiplayer is that if I'm 1v1ing an opposing player and another teammate runs up, they won't interfere. This is for honour. You know, there's no honour in 2v1ing someone, but there's much honour in someone 1v2ing you.
Backslashing them and then running on.
Yeah. So, or most of the time it was, if it looked like I was going to die, they'd run in and save me, or they'd run in for the kill shot as well. So honour's just out the window in the first 10 minutes.
No honour.
No honour. No. But
Not as catch a title.
Okay, so single player, hit me.
So single player is very much a lengthy tutorial for multiplayer. Because when a game is multiplayer centric, it's single player normally just teaches you the basic systems and mechanics for what the multiplayer will be. It's essentially 3 different stories as expected: one for Viking, one for Knights, one for the Samurai.
running about 3 hours each.
Yeah, pretty much. And it sort of gets you to have a try of each of the varying heroes. Like you have like a sort of a very standard, just sort of DPS kind of character. Then you have a sort of a brute, a bit more of a tank. And then another one who's sort of, I don't know how it would fit in terms of...
Each faction has 4 heroes at
4.
the moment. So there's 12 total heroes. So you got 4 different samurais, 4 different knights, 4 different Vikings.
And do they play differently?
Yeah, they play differently. So throughout each of that faction's campaign, you get to have a little go at all of them.
Okay, right.
There's some cool set pieces.
It's a good way to find what works best for you.
There's, you siege a castle, there's like mounted horseback chases. It's cool. It's good, but it is essentially a glorified tutorial.
Are there cutscenes and story?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's horrible. Like the dialogue is horrendous.
Yeah, the dialogue's pretty bad.
Whoa.
It comes down from, this is not our focus. Our focus wasn't this. You can tell that Ubisoft's focus wasn't the single player, which is fine. Perfectly fine. Because the multiplayer is really quite solid.
Yeah.
But it does hurt it a little bit. Like, I think they would have benefited from not having the single player at all. However, we know from previous games like Titanfall 1 or Evolve, you have to have some sort of single player.
So on screen at any given time at the most, how many players are on a screen fighting?
Depending on which mode you're on.
8.
8 is the most.
Even with other...
8, but you can have up to a ton. I don't even know how many AI little grunts there are.
Yeah.
Heaps.
Yeah.
Like
it feels like
literal,
a battle.
Yeah, it feels like literal armies fighting each other.
Yeah, that's what it looks like in the trailer. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it is. But the player characters stand a little bit bigger than the AI characters, so you can kind of easily size them out through the crowd.
Yep.
It is fun going through the AI control, the grunts, and just after having this one-on-one duel that's really methodical and thinking, and just destroying like 30 people as you charge.
You have sort of like AOE attacks. It's like, what? And they just go, buh.
Yeah. Just knock down some waves and then get there.
Yeah, so in regards to the multiplayer, in regards to the game itself, one cool thing I like that they've done is the fact that you can buy the season pass with earned in-game currency from playing the game.
Ooh.
However, it costs an astronomical amount of in-game currency, so it does still kind of push you.
For 10 weeks.
Yeah, at least. So it does still kind of push you towards just going, I'll pay the $25 or whatever it costs.
But you don't have to.
But you don't have to.
And that's a really good place to be. So I credit Ubisoft for that. Even though they've put it, it's not unobtainable, but it's you've got to work for it. And that's fine, because if that's season pass, what, $30, $40?
Yeah.
So if you have to earn the equivalent in in-game currency, fine.
It's like tickets at a time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, the biggest thing they focus on is this art of war combat style, and it is fun and it's intense and it's engaging. They've even got little like Tekken style combos that you can pull off. You can do like a shoulder bash into a block break into a heavy attack, and then do a couple other things if you memorise the button order. So that's a cool little addition to it as well. I just found that, like me personally, I think my reflexes are going down the toilet.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like even if I think back to just general multiplayer games, whether it be Call of Duty, whether it be like, I used to dominate Call of Duty in Battlefield.
me too.
Like, I was so good.
Yeah. I have to part my beard around the
suck
microphone
now. And like For Honor really shows that as well. Like I just don't have that quick response time that I used to.
And who was your faction? Like, who did you
I
choose?
picked Knights.
Yeah.
Knights as well.
Yes, I'm right.
Well, shit.
Okay, nice.
I know. I felt like, so you can pick your faction, so you can pick Knights, whatever. But what you play the game with, you can pick whoever you like. Yeah. The whole idea is your faction is what you accumulate points to. Yeah. So at the end of that 10 weeks, every game you've played, every fight, every breath you've taken, you've all added to your faction.
Well, speaking of points, the better you do during a multiplayer match, you get given like war assets that you can, on the live global map of who controls what in the map, you can allocate war assets to attack here, you can allocate war assets to defend what you own over here. Okay. So the better you do for your faction, the more points you have to put into helping your faction behind the scenes as well.
But you also said there's cosmetic things you can get. So can you upgrade armor? Can you upgrade weapons? Can you upgrade the strength of the weapons? Strength of the armor?
Yeah. I found like it's mostly in terms of loot drops. So if you win the match at the end, it's like, hey, here's a new hilt for your sword, and it adds plus bleh. Yeah. And you're like, all right, sweet, done.
Yeah. And then it's not exactly deep. It's a very basic. It's a very basic loot upgrade system.
Yeah, but also, and they are obviously very. I do feel it's sort of random. So it may benefit your character you're playing, or it might not. Like, you know, it's like, hey, here's this sweet sword blade, like a sword handle hilt. But it's like, but I'm playing the guy with 2 axes. It doesn't benefit me.
Yeah.
You know, which is fine, because like the more you'll find something else later. And like even back to those heroes, each one of those heroes do play drastically differently, as you asked before. Like if you're the heavy, you take a lot of hits, you're really slow, but those hits count. But if you're the little swift guy, you get 3 hits, you're done.
But can you work together as a team? Like in a single battle? Kind of like 4 and 4?
Sorry?
So rather than one-on-one duels, like in the one-on-one mode, but if you're playing in like the 4 and 4 mode, can you like take down somebody with like a heavy?
You can all gang up on one poor dude.
Yeah,
there's nothing stopping you.
Is it more just like hack and slashing that person, or is it strategy and block one person's attack?
I've watched clips online of the already like the good players, and they're taking on 2 or 3 people, and they're parrying this guy, shoulder hitting this guy, heavy attacking that guy, parrying that block, and
that's what I want.
Like you learn that basic in single player. They're like, hey, take on these 2 AI, and like, but that AI will very much you hit, okay, you're hit, now you hit. But online, it's like boom, and like I get hammered.
But you can, if you're good enough at reading and scoping the battlefield, you can put some incredible things in this game.
It might be worth checking out some YouTube clips.
It might be.
Yeah. I get the shakes.
You get a good rush.
When I get into multiplayer games now, I get like a little bit of anxiety, I get the shakes running up to other players like, oh, okay. Like, whether it's excitement or like, I know I'm going to die, just how am I going to die? Speaking of dying, there are executions you can pull off as well.
Oh.
Like, really cool ones.
Like, as you saw him, like, you talked about the trailer, when he flips the sword the other way around.
And hilts him in the neck.
Is it gory?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Not overtly, but there's blood where there's meant to be blood.
But visually, is it a good looking game?
Yeah, so I've been playing on the PS4 Pro. Stunning. Like it is, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, built for the Pro. It's not the word I'm looking for, but it's built for the Pro. I had a complete brain fart just now. But like, yeah, it's the same, as it's always, we've always talked about, it's the same assets that the standard PS4 has, but it's just higher quality and texture and it runs really well. I didn't have any like frame drops or anything. I think it ran pretty solid.
Either did I on the base PS4. It ran fine, looks good. I don't really have a comparison to put it next to. So it's always what we're going to start doing. Side by side.
We need to,
comparisons. Yeah. That'd be cool.
But yeah, so in terms of, because this has been one of the flagships for the Pro, like when they did the Pro announcement, however many months ago, they talked about how For Honor was being built for it, which is really cool. Yeah. Any other questions, Dylan?
No, I think that covers it. What about the score? How was that?
Our final thoughts and score?
No, the music.
Yeah,
No,
there's
it's basic.
Yeah, once again, like it's good enough that you don't notice it. It does kind of add that dynamic.
It's like battle time now.
Yeah, you know how we were just looking at like free epic war tracks for the beginning of this clip? Mm-hmm. It's similar to those.
Okay.
Yeah. Not great, it's there. Okay. It's okay.
Alright. So, yeah.
Final thoughts?
I can appreciate what it does, and I can see why a lot of people are into it. Unfortunately, the game's just not for me personally. I'm not going to screw it over in score because of that. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It's a quality game. I hope that it has the longevity to get through the 10-week seasons. If we start seeing the season length drop, that's probably a sign that it's dropping. But everyone said Rainbow Six Siege wasn't going to do very well, and now it's one of the most popular games played at the moment.
Killing it.
So 4 out of 5. Definitely worth picking up if you have the time and the patience.
It's interesting because this game has that fighting system is something so unique I've never seen in any other game, and I can't applaud them enough for just taking that risk and trying something completely different. It's got these nice sort of MOBA-esque tendencies, very sort of Overwatch, and the idea of here's your heroes and you can sort of do with them as you see fit. But however, I'm in the same boat. It's just not for me. The time I spent with it, I really enjoyed it, but I don't see myself going back to it. But once again, personally, multiplayer-centric games aren't really my jam anymore. They used to be, but...
You'd rather play Stardew Valley.
I'd rather play Stardew Valley for 12 hours. Anyway, but yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. Like, I can see its potential, I know exactly what it's worth, and it's certainly a 4 out of 5 as well. It's just not for me.
Okay. 4 out of 5.
Pretty good.
What do you think? Really good. It is really good.
It's actually a great game. Yeah. I wish there was a bit more oomph in that single player though. That didn't make it so sort of bit of tutorial-y.
Yeah. We knew what this was going into.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I enjoyed what it was. What did you think of For Honor? Comment below. Let us know. Ryan Betson.
Josh Saunders.
You gonna play it?
On what console?
Yeah, it's on everything.
I'll be interested to see how it doesn't turn out. But I think...
Or is it the Division all over again?
Yeah.
It's actually meant to be really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've changed it.
You gonna play Division?
I'll try Division.
Me too.